cares what they think? Just do the damn thing. On July 23rd, we have our first Aquarius full moon. That's right, we get 2 of them this year. Leo season is bookended by 2 Aquarius full moons. This, of course, does not happen very often, which is why we refer to this kind of moon as a blue moon, once in a blue moon. So yeah, we get 2 Aquarius full moons. So this first one is happening at 1 degree Aquarius in 26 minutes. So check out where Aquarius is in your chart, and that is where we are experiencing some sort of culmination, some sort of illumination, something coming to fullness, full view, full realization, full animation somewhere in our lives. So I'm gonna be honest, I don't love this full moon. It's not the prettiest looking full moon chart. So luckily we get a do-over at the end of the month. I'll just give you a little preview. The second one's a lot cuter. I like the second one a lot more. This first one isn't the nicest. So here's a little jargon, but stay with me, okay? So this full moon is basically, both the luminaries are enclosed by the malefics. So we have Mars, we have Saturn, and we can count Pluto as our malefics. So this moon is right between Saturn and Pluto. So it's going to align with Pluto and it's going to align with Saturn. So this full moon is happening right between there. The sun simultaneously is doing this journey too. The sun will have conjoined with Pluto last week and is about to then head into an opposition with Saturn. So we have our 2 life-giving luminaries going from bad to worse kind of thing. The Olympics are supposed to start today. I know that there's a lot of concern growing in Tokyo around the COVID crisis, and even more concerns with all the international travel and the athletes. And I know that like a lot of locals in Japan really want the Olympics canceled. So I think that if we're using this full moon chart as an inception chart for the Olympics, it's just not going to be good, no matter how you slice it, whether they're canceling it and people are disappointed, or whether athletes can't make it to the games and it causes problems, or there's all kinds of political drama happening right now at the Olympics. So I think, any way you slice it, it's not going to be good. That said, this full moon is going to feel a little uncomfortable. So if things are feeling intense, or you're feeling blocked, or you're feeling down, that's kind of part of it, like with the involvement of these malefics. Simultaneously, we're seeing Jupiter about to shift out of the lovely sign of opening in Pisces into Aquarius. So I'm going to do a separate video on that. But Jupiter entering Pisces to the day was when mask mandates were lifted in the United States. And so seeing it retrograde back into Aquarius, many astrologers, including myself, feel like we may see some kind of reinstatement of social distancing, even masks, that kind of thing. So it's quite likely, especially with this Delta variant growing. And also we see the other benefic, Venus, leaving Leo, which we all like Venus and Leo, and moving into the sign of her fall, Virgo. So this full moon features co-presence of each luminary partnered with a malefic in the sign, and then being each in aversion to the benefics, who have now just downgraded into different signs. So it's not looking like a very warm, fuzzy Aquarius moon. So if you're feeling bummed out during this time, I'm going to encourage you to stick it out, to ride the wave. It's not like, we knew that the pandemic wasn't over. And I think that that's really how it's going to be reflected on the world stage, is that it's like, hey, this is still an issue. Everyone pay attention. So I really think that that's how it's going to show up. That said, I want to hype up the Aquarius full moon a little bit. So if you're still here, I'm glad. A lot of people don't like to hear the bad stuff. But here's the thing. Aquarius full moon always comes very timely during Leo season. Leo season is all about confidence and radiance and letting our full selves shine. Aquarius hands us a nice cup of ice to help us temper some of that enthusiasm. Because here's the thing, Leo and Aquarius, these are both very creative, highly individualized signs. The only difference is that Aquarius doesn't give a fuck who's watching. So whereas Leo energy does prefer to have an audience, does prefer validation and affirmation and appreciation and all the love. Leo's all about receiving the love and giving it. But Aquarius is kind of like, but you don't need all that. So our Aquarius full moon is our reminder to do the thing without caring what other people think, without caring about who's interested in what you've got going on. Do it anyways. And probably it's going to be better because, it's just our reminder to just be authentic and to do your creativity without it being filtered by what you think other people want or whatever. So yeah, the Aquarius full moon, it's kind of nice. I think living in today's world where a lot of us are driven by likes and the dopamine hit that we get from social media, it's kind of nice that we get 2 Aquarius full moons to kind of help shift that perspective. I know many people, this is facilitated by Jupiter in Pisces, are looking for more meaning. A lot of people are feeling just like either more disinterested or even more from like watching The Social Dilemma, like, oh, this isn't so good for me, this isn't so good for my mental health, and just wanting to prioritize like your why a little bit better. Like, why are you here? Why are you on social media? Like, why are you sharing this? And so yeah, I think that like the Aquarius full moon helps really put it in perspective. Like, you're doing it because you want to, and you're doing it because you feel like it. It's not because you think it's what other people want to see. So it really is about authenticity. We often think about Leo as like the sign that is like super authentic and everything like that. But Aquarius really is too. Aquarius is the individuality without necessarily wanting an audience or caring. So yeah, the Aquarius full moon is here to remind us to just do the thing and dance like no one's watching, write like no one's reading. And yeah, that's really what it's about. And Aquarius full moon is about friendship. It's about the group. It's about sharing space. It's about sharing the spotlight. Like we want everyone to have a voice. We want everyone to have a say. So it's definitely going to be highlighting those themes as well around perhaps like humanitarian issues and things like that. So that's a little bit about the Aquarius full moon. Like I said, there will be another one next time, so we can continue in these themes, but that's what I'm feeling for us today. So hopefully, if you're feeling the blues a little bit, hang in there. The sun is gonna head into that opposition with Saturn, and then it'll start to kind of dissipate. So I think, yeah, the sun opposite Saturn, it's a little wide for this full moon chart, but we're feeling it. Like, what's in your way? What's in your way? What's in your way from bringing your whole self forth, confronting some of those fears? Because Saturn's all about like blockages and things like that. So what is stopping you? What are you afraid of? And kind of confronting some of these more Aquarian themes too around, filtering or conditioning our self-expression as if everyone's watching, because they are. It's the world that we live in, and maybe they're not. Maybe people don't really care that much. So just do the damn thing. And that is your astrology shot, your full moon astrology shot of the day. Thank you so much for joining me today. For more astrology in your world, you can connect with me on Instagram, Twitter, or Patreon at AstroCatherine. You can also book your reading with me. I got all kinds to choose from. Or study astrology with me. Timing and Transits is our predictive module, and it begins in September. You can find out more on my website.